Hi friends, this is Suzy, your gaming guru. It is March 31st, 2022, and that means it's time for the Candy Crush Sonic the Hedgehog crossover. And so if I go into my events folder, this is what I find, these two events. Now remember that King gives different things to different people. If you don't have access to these games, you may want to try playing on a different device or browser. But unfortunately, some people just will not get access. That's how King operates. All right, so let's take a look at this one. This is the multiplayer leaderboard type game. So here's the leaderboard. I'm in third place with 0 and everybody else who's in my group. And we need to collect the greatest amount of blue blurs in 87 hours in order to collect one of these prizes. The very top prize looks like it'll be filled with a switch hand color bomb lollyhammer UFO striped wrapped. And then folks in second and third spot will get something not quite as nice. Fourth and fifth will get something else. And then usually I think what happens is 6th through 10th ends up getting a color bomb. Okay? So not huge prizes. If you are investing a lot of boosters to stay at the top of the leaderboard, you may be disappointed at the end if you think you're going to get a huge award. But here's the information. It says, The Great Chase. Jelly Queen has staged a heist. Catch her and get those candies back in time for the Great Egg Hunt. And so it looks like we have to collect these blue blurs in order to win this one. Let's take a look at... Oh, I thought it all disappeared. That happens to me sometimes too. The Sonic Dash Collection. So this is something that I think is more worthwhile. It says collect blue blur candies to help Tiffy and Sonic catch the Jelly Queen. This one I'm doing independently. I've got 87 hours and I've got to collect 12,000 blue blurs. Now how do you find the blue blurs? It's simple. You go to any level that you play that has blue on it and you acquire as many of those as possible up until you get to 12,000. And that, of course, will help with the Great Chase, because the more you collect for this, the higher up in these standings you'll get. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, experiment a bit, and come back and tell you what I've learned about these two events. So here I am at level 3309, which only has two colors, green and blue. So I wanted to see if this is still a good opportunity, because many of us know they keep changing this level. First it's excellent for getting blues, and then they've made it almost impossible, and then it's excellent again, and then they've made it almost impossible. I'm finding that I can beat this one fairly easily, and all I have to do is this and collect enough, and I still have 12 moves left. Sometimes when you're on a level and you're collecting something, you do need to win. I did experiment, and you need to win in order to collect the blue for both of the events. So you can't collect all of these blue and lose the level and then still claim the reward. So what I'm going to do is make sure I win, but win with a lot of blue. And I could do this and that would finish off the game. I could do this and that would take out blue. What I'm going to do is take out green, because if I take out green, look what happens with the blue. I still get a huge amount of blue coming onto the board. So, all right, there we go. And then also I noticed when I played this level that we get different colors in this candy mix. That's a very common thing that's happening these days. Also, people think they won't get the full amount if they tap out early. I have found that we do get the amount. We do get extra points added up. I can't tell for sure if it's exact because I can't run both things. I can't both tap out and allow it to run on its own, but I get extra points, and so I'm assuming, or at least hoping, that I'll be getting the same blue blurs if I tap out as if I were to let it run. All right, so I've played 2 of those rounds, and I have 1677. So that's a nice accumulation here. I'm also going to experiment with my favorite level for collecting anything, 1476, but that has, I think, 4 colors on the board, and it may have changed too. So we're not exactly sure. I'm going to play 2 rounds of that and see if I can get around 1,500 for my efforts there. See you in just a bit. Oh, well, hello. I found something fun and interesting. This is just my first run through of 1476. And the reason I love this game, this particular level, is not only do I win virtually 100% of the times I try, but I can also do other things. Watch a movie, read a book. It is almost self-working for me. Just making moves low to the ground, making sure I get enough of the wrapped candies to complete it. But I found something cool and interesting. I have never seen the UFOs do this before. Now, I don't pay attention to much detail. I let things run. But it looks like they've got a new graphic for the UFO that is spectacular. So let me show you what that looks like. We've got laser beams coming out of these things. Look at the light display even while they're revving up. While they're on deck, they're looking pretty awesome. And then when they actually activate, look at that. I love that. I think it's fantastic. And nice that I'm first noticing it. I don't know when it came out, if it's brand new or it's been out for a while and you're just like, meh. But I'm glad that I'm experiencing it with the Sonic event. It seems fitting. Everything's faster now. And see, I don't have to do anything with this, and it just cascades into happiness and success. Pretty easy. Everything just keeps going. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause again and meet you back here at the end of my second round, probably, unless something new and spectacular happens, to see how many points we were able to acquire. Okay, so we are just about at the end here. One more of these. I'm mesmerized by the graphics here. All right, so 735. Now, let me give you a total here. Oh, I'm going to probably give you the wrong total, but that's okay. All right, so my first time I played 3309, I acquired 743 blue blurs. Second time, 934 for a total of 1677. Playing 1476, I had 876 the first time and 735 the second time for a total of 1611. Statistically, really no difference. I will tell you some of the other advantages and disadvantages I find. Well, 1476 is lower on the map, so if you haven't reached 3309, that's one really good vote in favor of playing on 1476. Another, again, is that it's mindless. But one of the advantages of playing on 3309 is that it took me far less time to achieve those. So if I've got 15 minutes left and I'm very close to getting to the top of the leaderboard, I'm going to probably choose 3309. Much more advantageous. And these are just a couple examples. I think I'll do one more experiment while I'm here. Level 1000, since I'm in the general vicinity. I like going low on the levels because I want to show off those levels that you might use if you haven't, if you've just started the game or don't progress very quickly. You've got other things in your life besides Candy Crush. Some people do. Not me. But then also, I love, even though I'm higher up, I love coming down here and sending out free lives to my friends who are low. Because if I send lives down here, I send it to everybody who is at these low levels who hasn't, I don't send it to anybody who, no, let me rephrase this. If I go up to level 4000 and I send lives this way, I send lives to lots and lots of friends, but not to anybody who is only at level 1000. That's what I mean to say. All right, I'm going to go ahead and experiment with this, and I will meet you back here again in just a bit. Okay, so, oh gosh, 601, and I had 642 previously, so that's a total of 1243. Not as many from level 1000, and that's to be expected. Sorry about that graphic glitch up there. It really distracted me. It's to be expected because in the beginning of level 1000, the board isn't as open. It doesn't have really 81 squares. A lot of them are taken up by things that we have to open up first. So those are my experiments. Now, if you haven't reached level 1000, you have to find levels that produce a lot of blue. So a big 9x9 grid is the best for that. And you enjoy playing, and you've got about a 99% chance of winning. So you're not investing your time and your lives on levels that are just too tough to win. That's if your main goal is to get as many, yeah, see, graphic glitch, as many of these as possible. Where did it go? There's the Great Chase. Oh, it's up here. So this is where I am now, about a third of the way through playing 6 levels. That's not too bad. And let's see down here. Now I'm in 6th place because folks have awakened and started playing and are really bumping up how quickly they're going to collect these blue blurs. All right, obviously I need a little break and some coffee to rejuvenate me and get me talking straight. I will keep you updated on any of these new events that I find. If you have any questions or comments, and I think there's a lot to comment on today, please put those below and I will do my best to respond as quickly as possible. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye.